Sometimes, and I say sometimes, the person who you think is your friend isn't really your friend. And especially when you're leveling up in life, you must look out for envy, jealousy, and secret competition because they will come. I have a lot to say on this topic, but first, let's hear what this lady has to say.
So I had this friend who said she didn't want to be friends with me anymore because it was too hard to watch me win while she was struggling. And I saw this guy who made a TikTok about it the other day. That was just like, some people cannot watch you win. It's too much for them. And it made me think about this friend because, first of all, her telling me this, I did not take offensively. I actually took it as like the best thing that she could have done for me as a person, because sometimes it takes a lot out of people to admit that they feel like jealous or admit that your successes are bothering them. And what they'll do is they'll secretly like stay around, and they'll sabotage you from within. So for me, I thought it was like way better of her to come out and just say like, hey, like, this is making me feel some type of way, and I don't want to be the type of person who's like around you and hating. So I'm gonna like take a step back, because she could have been quiet and she could have secretly stayed in my life and sabotaged or hated me. And every time I called her with good news, it could have like eaten her alive. And plus, on the other side, I don't ever want to be the type of person where if somebody's going through a hard time or they're struggling, I'm calling them with all my good news and kind of like rubbing it in their face. Like, that would never be my intention. But long story short, what she did was basically just say like, hey girl, like when we met, we were both in the gutter. We were both grinding. We were both going through hard time. And I think that's really why we connected. Like, we trauma bonded. But now that you're like in a different space, and I'm not there, our friendship just doesn't feel right. And I was like, what is actually happening? Like, is this girl telling me that she's jealous of me? And she was. And that was okay. Like, I felt like, thank you so much for telling me that you're jealous of me. And like, that's such a weird thing to say, but like, I genuinely was grateful, because who wants to be in a friendship with someone that secretly hates them or sabotages them? Like, I don't. And I could literally amicably walk away and be like, you know what? She did not want to do anything intentionally to hurt me. She just did not know how to deal with the emotions that she was feeling from watching good things happen to me. And like, that's an honest, vulnerable human feeling. Like, that's like a real ass, like, you're real as hell for saying that. And I don't know, like, now I just like wish her well. Like, I wish her all the success in life, and I want her to level up. But it wasn't my job to take her with me. And listen, don't get it twisted. I tried to get her up to be like, let's change your mindset. Let's go to the gym. Let's do this. Let's do that. But what works for me doesn't necessarily work for her. And my timing is not everybody else's timing. So I just really like people who can admit to things like that and like allow people to evolve without pulling them down because they're mad or they're jealous, you know?
You don't need enemies when you have friends like these. For some reason, most female friendships tend to end because of competition. But if you genuinely love your friend, there would be no need for competition. You would actually want to see her progress, succeed, and thrive in life. And this is why I read into things a lot, because I want to ensure that those who are in my circle are actually for me and not against me. So in saying all of this, you have to be careful of who you tell your problems, because some are secretly praying for your downfall. Some people aren't genuinely concerned about you and your life. They just want to know what's happening for their own selfish or malicious reasons. They want to know where you're at in life so they can compete with you. Secretly, of course. Ladies, learn to trust your intuition. If you sense something is wrong, it probably is. Keep in mind that you're doing yourself a big disservice when you don't listen to your intuition. Okay, ladies, that's all for today's video. Until next time, stay feminine and sweet.